What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 news and updates. And we've got a handful of small updates from Bungie, some of them regarding content in the game at the moment, Ride of the Nine and things like that, but also changes coming in Edge of Fate. Bungie also touch on bounty prepping, upcoming exotic buffs, or a couple of weapons we now know are going to see some changes in Edge of Fate, as well as some other smaller details like animated weapon icons, which is pretty cool, a new Edge of Fate cutscene, voice actor changes, and a new game update that we'll get for Destiny 2 this week. So a few things to mention as always. If you guys enjoyed the video, a rating below very much helps us out, but otherwise, now let's get into it. First, for some of the smaller updates, Destiny 2 team said they've auto-completed the Court of Blades Augmentation seasonal challenge. Progress wasn't registering correctly, so that one should now be ticked off. Otherwise, as we head into the weekly reset this week, keep in mind, Bungie had said they'll be offering a package of Bright Dust within Eververse all the way through to the launch of Edge of Fate, so make sure you grab those on a weekly basis from the Eververse store. Otherwise, for reset this week, or ahead of the refresh, we are going to get another game update. So Bungie said they fixed an issue with the Ride of the Nine Seeker of the Nine Triumph being tracked on a per character basis instead of being across the account. However, they unintentionally reset the earned progress for finding collectibles. So to solve the issue, they'll be auto-completing the collectibles earned from Spire and Ghosts of the Deep for all players in the update that will launch today. That'll be update 8264. We'll see what other changes we might get in the patch notes. But importantly, that one should also be fixed. Now looking forward a little bit towards Edge of Fate, players have pointed out Bungie haven't mentioned bounty prepping for the expansion yet, or any changes that'll be happening. DMG had said, as with every annual release, an amount of bounties will be removed from the game, but the team will provide future details in a tweet. He further teased that that will be soon, but if you are prepping bounties, keep in mind, we don't know which ones will be removed, which of course doesn't help that prep. However, I guess we'll find out soon. For additional Edge of Fate changes, or things that will change alongside that DLC, DMG teased Who Here Likes Buried Bloodline, which seems to be an indication of an upcoming buff for the weapon, not least given that they did the same thing with Hierarchy of Needs. And according to a video, the buff for Hierarchy of Needs includes that it only now takes 3 charges to summon the Guidance Ring, so in order to create the Guidance Ring, all that's required is 1 precision kill and 1 headshot, or simply 3 headshots. Turns out though that is only part of the change, as DMG said that ain't all, so obviously more changes coming to that weapon, but sort of gives us an idea of what to expect. Hierarchy of Needs will also be featured this week as a farmable drop from the Spire of the Watcher, so even if you've already picked that up via the Ride of the Nine quest, the catalyst for the weapon is still worth grabbing, which can of course be done in the dungeon. So bear that in mind. Otherwise, the Destiny 2 team are continuing to ban plenty of players for cheating and various other issues in the game, which now includes Guardians being both tiny and giant, as was shared in this Grenada Jake clip, where there was a player on the map at least twice the size of what they should be, which is pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's kind of amusing, but at the same time, the level of cheating at the moment certainly isn't fun. So we'll see if Bungie find a way to get a handle on that. Back to future things though, for Edge of Fate, Scarrow pointed out another thing coming with the expansion are new animated shiny weapon icons. So as you can see on the icon right there, there's some geometry in the background kind of cycling through, which is pretty cool. And of course, we've had the yellow lines, we've had the hollow foil indicators, but this is basically the new way of doing it, so share your thoughts on that down below. Given the amount of feedback about what's coming in Edge of Fate, or more specifically the changes for Destiny 2, which I know there are many thoughts in the community on those things at the moment, DMG said, seeing great feedback and reactions for the more D2 sandbox focused twid today. A lot of sandbox is based on feel, not every stat will be a one-to-one comparison as we move into the new expansion. Our dev commentary today should give a general sense of direction, but you'll need some hands-on time at the end of the day to understand those values. A lot's changing with Armor 3.0, stats, tiering and more. Looking forward to embracing some learning opportunities in the firing range and other activities on launch day. And of course, it's true, we won't really know how this plays out till we actually get to play it. Something to highlight, the firing range won't actually arrive on launch day of Edge of Fate. I think it's going to be 3 weeks after that when the first Arms Week event rolls around, just for clarification, which has also been feedback about given that there's a raid launching at the end of the first week. Certainly might be a bit of a grind to get the gear, test that gear, and actually get ready for that raid, but that's a separate conversation. I gave my 2 cents on a lot of the issues in a video the other day. The armor and the weapon grind kind of is what it is, I guess, but the seasonal power refreshes, currencies, and boosts that'll be available for new gear on the artifact may turn out to be the more tiring components of these new systems. We'll just have to wait and see. I'll link that video down below if you want to check it out, but of course, as Bungie had outlined, some characters in Edge of Fate will have different voices because voice talent wasn't always available for recordings. That will include Orin, Chioma, and Ikora. And if you want to hear what the new voice actor for Ikora sounds like, I'll run a cinematic at the end of the video via Destiny Bulletin and Mactics, which is actually the first cutscene, the sort of intro part for Edge of Fate, or more specifically the Kepler destination. So obviously, spoiler alert if you don't want to see it whatsoever, but it's interesting because it gives us the first sort of indications of some of the story elements for Kepler, a race of folks who actually live there, which could be interesting. Hopefully they do a better job of that than they did with Neomuna and Lightfall, which was certainly less vibrant than what Bungie had indicated it might be. Either way, you can check out that cutscene, which also partially takes place in the new hub space for Edge of Fate, so we'll run it in just a moment. For now, if you've enjoyed the video, a rating really does help us out. Once again, get subscribed to the channel if you're new around here, as around 50% of viewers on this channel haven't yet done that. That'd make a massive difference to me. Share your thoughts in the comment section as always as well, but otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.
Hold it. Who do you work for, and what's your business here?
Telemetry originates at this location, but the signal is weak.
What are you doing here?
We're Guardians, from Earth's vanguard. Circumstances suggest we were invited, but we don't know who sent the invitation.
Earth?
Have you been here a while?
I have journal entries tallying 4 weeks, but my 5 o'clock shadow says a day. Something's wrong with time. It's my job to investigate. You picked up something that's special to the people here. Use it. I'll see you on the other side. We can talk there. You can, tell me all about Earth. Sorry for all that earlier. My name's Lodi. My introductions aren't usually that rude. Come on, let me show you around. Your companion gave me a debrief about your mission before she insisted on meeting the scientists here.
Scientists?
Oh yeah, the Ionians are brilliant. They've been great hosts since I showed up here a few weeks back.
Objects from a different time were sent to us, like we were called or invited. Did you get one too?
Of sorts. I got a call of my own. I hope your ride was smoother than mine. Are you headed back to Earth after?
Are you asking for a ride?
It's just conversation. Appreciate the offer. I'm staying with the locals for a while. Time distortions all over this place. The Elixni make it hard to traverse further out. Fascinating, aren't they? You know, the language structure is similar to Finnish. Keep an eye out for the House of Exiles. They didn't like me getting close with my recorder. If you're here to sort out the time anomaly, it sounds like we're on the same side. I'll help you look into your calling card. You help the locals with some of the weightier tasks. You seem like you can handle yourself. First in a few words, I can appreciate that.